it's Charlie's.
Oh my god. That's not being nourishing. That's amazing.
So, how's your nap?
It was really good, honestly.
Nice.
Woke up, had some pineapple juice. Lovely.
Yeah.
ASMR.
No.
What do you mean? That's
No.
what this podcast is for.
We do ASMR bits too much.
He's gonna start his own podcast and Tyrancy.
It's gonna become an ASMR podcast, I swear.
The title should be changed to not an ASMR podcast.
Like,
With the like little
Dungeon
asterisks
Daddies.
around
Yeah.
it, like they do in the YouTube videos.
I promise this is an ASMR.
I'm just gonna hold the microphone between my legs and hope that you guys can hear
I'm
the other
going
two.
to speak directly
Slurp.
to your dick.
Yeah, speak to my penis. Baby girl.
Gladly.
I bet that was super comfortable.
Do oozes have souls?
Do oozes have souls? I think they do.
I feel like they wouldn't, but also, like, I don't know, because Jubilex is, like, the god of oozes, right?
I have no clue. You know more ooze lore than I do.
I know very little ooze lore. I just know that Jubilex is a ruler of the Abyss, an Archdemon, or something like that, and very slime heavy.
I mean, I think, like,
Jubilex is cool.
I would imagine so. He seems like it.
Looks very cool. I do not know his stats, but he looks very cool.
I think that we have to make a distinction that oozes aren't necessarily intelligent or sentient,
Okay,
and so
okay, here, if oozes have a soul, it begs the question: do dogs or animals have a soul in D&D? Because I feel like they would be on the same level.
I think they would,
Yeah.
because, like, on a basic level, there is a humanoid typing,
True, and
so I think within the game, all creatures are considered to be like of the same kind of basic, like kind of framework.
I guess everything would have a soul then, because
Everything that has like
goblins
any
have souls and they're
actions-
not humanoids, right?
We've just gotten terrible news.
No, what?
What?
Mindplex closed. Today.
Mindplex closed.
Wait, why?
I don't know. Sam just texted.
In Polycraft variant?
I
Somewhere.
don't think so.
It was in one of them, I think.
It was in the Austin fan club.
I have to bleep my name now. Thanks, guys.
The undisclosed fan club.
You can say Austin Clip.
The Austin fan club.
Smart.
Yep.
Ow.
I thought that's what Cody just did.
No, he
No,
snapped.
I snapped.
Thanks.
You should clap into the mic. It makes you feel better. Do you feel better now?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I think they would have souls.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Good debate.
Because I feel like there is a one of the outer planes.
Yep.
Where your soul goes to when you die. There's
Mhm.
one of them that is just wilderness, basically.
Ah, yeah.
And I would imagine that beasts would go there. So if beasts have souls, then so too do oozes. I
oozes
think.
have souls too.
Huh.
I think any creature in D&D. But there is also a different question: are oozes alive? Because they act more like they're a
Virus?
I would say so, because they don't have like thoughts like a mimic would, but a lot of oozes wouldn't. A mimic is an ooze, right?
No. Mimic is a monstrosity, isn't it?
I'm not sure. Either way,
I think that if dogs are alive, then so too are oozes. I feel like,
well,
not the same. Oozes are very eat, and then that's their only thing that
I
they
think oozes are more like a Venus flytrap, which is
plants
considered
are living.
Plants are considered living, but are they considered alive?
Yeah.
But like alive in the sense of this is a creature that has morals and like is a living thing
I understand
Feel
what you're
me?
saying, and I agree that it is a distinct difference.
The difference between being a creature and a virus. Like, does something that cannot think or do anything have, like, the rights of a living creature?
I'm gonna have to say yes because there are oozes that are sentient.
Okay. Okay. That's fair.
Like the gray ooze that you guys just fought. I think there's an argument to be had there. It has a 1 intelligence, a 6 wisdom, and a 2 charisma.
Okay.
But there is a specific type of ooze, the Mind Flayer ooze,
Oh, God.
which I believe are sentient, or at least close to sentient.
Okay, hear me out. The presence of intelligence does suggest that there is a thought process.
Yeah, okay.
However, that might just be kind of a weird thing with like D&D, where they kind of, instead of putting intelligence, they should have put mind or something.
Well, yeah, to be fair, if you have a 0 intelligence, you're dead, so
So they're close to dead, but they're not dead in terms of brain activity.
Yeah. What is that one? What is it, like an Ubelex? No, that's
That's the
Ublex.
ooze god that you said something. That was Jubilex. Never mind.
No, I said Ublex, which is the fucking glue slime.
It's like cornstarch and something, right?
Yeah,
Non-Newtonian fluids are cool.
they are.
Not your mom.
Get fucked.
For real. Oh my god.
These are the people I choose to hang out with.
Do you want to go and
Damn
do the
right.
magic item segment, and then we can do the draft segment after?
Actually, yes.
Yes.
You want me to pull up a
Not
random-
not right after, like later.
Yeah.
Wait,
Get
we're doing
Take a break.
magic items?
Yeah, we do this every time.
It's a
We
segment.
try to do this every
Oh
time.
my god, I thought you meant drafting magic items. I'm like, Austin. No. No.
I almost typed in magic items.
I am. When we do drafts, I'm gonna pull up a list.
Me too.
I'm gonna destroy you guys.
The people we were watching drafting had a list of kind of the ones they wanted to draft beforehand.
Yeah, they did it. They like thought ahead, but we didn't. So
Okay. You want to say 3 items, then try and do 1 artifact?
about whatever 5 minutes takes.
Okay. First word. Ready, set, go. Video.
It's a camera.
Game.
It's a camera.
That was my first thought too. I was like, camera.
It can replay an event from the past.
It is a.
That would be interesting.
That would be interesting. I'm thinking.
That would be interesting. No.
I'm thinking. It's a camera. It's like one of those really old-fashioned cameras, but it is a motion capturing camera. It's not just a picture camera. And you can record an event from the past, and then later on you can have those saved. You can have a certain amount saved. I think it has a certain amount of slots, and then you can just place it in front of you.
So just
Okay.
making what I said pretty.
I guess.
Dun dun dun. Okay, next word. Ready, set, go. Include.
So
It's a bracelet that gives you access to having friendships.
I was thinking of.
It makes it to where everyone will welcome you at every establishment.
It's a charming bracelet.
It's a charming bracelet. Yeah,
It's a charming bracelet.
bracelet. Yeah, charming bracelet. Perfect.
Okay, ready, set, go. Next word. Belt.
It's
It's a whip.
no, sure.
Yeah.
no.
Sure.
Batman. I was gonna say Batman belt. It's basically just a bunch of.
It gives you
bags
that
of clothing.
artificer ability. That lets you create tools.
Oh yeah, I think that was a magic item. Oh no, we made a magic item that does that an infinite amount of times.
The belt has limited uses.
Yeah.
Wait, did we get belt a different time? Because I feel like that's what we would have come.
I
Or maybe
think-
we
I
got
thi-
like tool or utility or something.
We did something like that, and we were like a construction belt that has the same use, except it wasn't bags of holding. So this one is multiple bags of holding, like a Batman belt. I
So
think
it's just-
in one of them is a built-in grappling hook. You can just aim your penis somewhere and then.
Oh my god.
It's a sight.
Alright.
You have to get hard to aim properly. Okay, this one's
Three
gonna
swords coming in clutch.
this one's gonna be an artifact. Okay.
No, it's not. We have time. We've done
Okay.
2. We've had 2 minutes.
Regular word. Click.
The first thing I thought it was my character. I'm thinking one of those like dog trainer clickers. Oh, that's the other type of click.
It makes you welcome everywhere again.
It,
Your party cannot leave you.
yeah,
It puts a.
The DM gives it
it's
to you
cursed.
to prevent party splitting.
it's cursed. So it does have a benefit. I think that you and all of your party get some modifier, like
Charisma bonus.
get a charisma bonus.
Intimidation or persuasion bonus, maybe.
Yeah, okay, you get you and your party get advantage on like intimidation.
Okay.
But your party is not able to split up
Like within a given radius. Because
within a given radius.
Yeah, we just have to specify. Okay.
It also probably can't be removed.
That's kind of true with all cursed magic items,
Yeah.
because otherwise they're really situational. Hello.
We're making magic items
We are making.
We are making magic
with like randomized words. This one's click.
Okay. Next word, guys. Federation.
I thought you were going to say fentanyl.
I would
Let's
never.
do fentanyl instead.
Okay. Sure.
It's
It's just fentanyl.
it's just yeah.
Except it's magic fentanyl.
It's just magic fentanyl.
Strong enough to get the gods high.
Strong enough to get the gods high.
These are my friends.
It comes in a little sack.
I did.
It comes in like a little pouch and has a bunch of powder. And if you dump it all onto your hand, you just die. But you can take a little bit out and throw it at people if you have gloves on, and it'll give them disadvantage to
Everything.
Yeah, sure, everything. Something like that. That's what fentanyl does.
Yep. New word, operational.
This is operational is the artifact.
Operational is the artifact.
Ah, I made a promise to myself that we wouldn't skip artifact names as a challenge. Operational.
Hear me out. It lets you, like, hack a construct.
Okay.
So, what if it creates a construct that you operate, like you control? What if it's like an orb or something that you place on top of a thing,
Operational.
like a machine, a construct? Or
I feel like you can repair machines.
And your mom.
You can cast Mending at will.
You can cast
Okay.
Mending at Will. You can repair machines. An example would be even ancient, forgotten, because like a lot of people really like the trope of there was an ancient civilization more advanced than the modern one, and something brought about their destruction.
Yes.
So
It's a
even
good trope.
even ancient machines,
Yeah.
like for instance in the Fool's Gold campaign,
That was a good one.
the dragons, the mechanical dragons from the Fool's Gold campaign, you can repair them and control them. All like pretty much all machines.
Okay. Hypnotizing ability on constructs.
Hypnotizing ability on
Charm,
constructs.
I should say.
Charm ability on constructs. Except a lot of strong constructs can't be charmed. I think.
It ignores that.
Ignores that, yeah.
We use different wording or something. We fix it.
Yeah. And of course you have to be able to touch the construct to use this ability, or the machine to be able to use this ability. I think you should not be able to use it from like 30 feet away.
Okay, hear me out. We limit it to artificers.
Limit to art. That makes sense.
Yeah, I normally don't like limitations except when they make sense.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like alignment limitations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
Yep.
Or, race limitations like dwarves, with Whelm.
I agree. I am totally fine with god limitations though, because I think it's funny. Like for
I
wave, I just think it's really funny to
It's
wave.
flavorful.
Wave be like, do you worship a sea god? No. Worship a sea god and come back to me.
I think it's funny it's any sea god.
Yeah.
As far as I know, your world doesn't even have one.
Helm. Herm. Herm is his name.
God of Voyages.
Bro was made in an ancient civilization.
I
of
do want
the
to make.
ocean.
I do want to make more sea gods. I feel like that you can make multiple sea gods and still be chill.
I would like to have a sea god that has an animal.
Oblex. That's what they're called. I've been looking for this the entire time. The Oblex is the Mind Flayer ooze. They
Oh,
steal your
so-
I like
memories.
the way he also says ooze. He always says it with a little slow, like,
Ooze.
intonation at the end.
Ooze.
Yeah, they steal your memories, I think. I don't remember. Also, they might not be Mind Flayer oozes, but that's what I associate them with.
I think the next sea god we make should have a good relationship with Orcanor, which is the giant sea leviathan.
I think there should be an evil sea god. I just really want to base one of the sea gods off of the Norse sea goddess, I think, who takes all of the treasure that drowns.
Okay,
Something like that.
we can do that.
Yep.
You want to still do goddess, or you want to do god?
I don't really care. I
Okay,
also think there
goddess.
should be god of the depths, which is almost eldritch in nature.
That's like that one Greek goddess that's like mother of monsters.
Mm,
That's the one that we're gonna have relate to Orcanor, if I can help it.
yeah, I kind of want it like a god of the depths. I think and I want them to be eldritch in nature.
I like that. I also think the eldritch nature lends itself to being like kind of in a some.
Because like, have you seen creatures from the Marianas Trench? Ugh.
They're actually disgusting.
Yeah.
I think the eldritch nature lends itself to like having the sea leviathan and them have a some sort of relationship.
Yeah.
I just think it's cool, like a way to connect the gods to like the giant creatures and things. I think it's good.
Yep.
It's very good.
What we're doing? Oh yeah. Operational.
I don't know much.
I don't know.
about that.
I don't know how many like I think it's gonna be like the Book of Vecna, where it's very up to DM discretion, which is
agree.
fine because we are giving it hard set things, but they're not actual like mechanical abilities,
Hear me out.
right? Because like it can take over constructs, but that's not like a spell it gives you or like a static bonus, you know.
You have an anti-magic field that you can activate.
Ooh, yeah, limited use.
I think that was
Anti-magic field.
cool.
I like that. Limited use. Could you
I
make?
thought it was solid.
I think the construct and machine thing is very strong.
I agree.
So I don't know how many actual abilities I want to give it. I think mending is fine. I think that the limited anti-magic field's cool.
Honestly, I think we just after that like kind of loaded up with some major and minor properties just from both sides.
Yeah.
Because I think it's.
Then we need to find some basic lore for it.
Ooh. At the start of every day, you choose one ability to become proficient in, and one to like take a like. No, you choose one ability check to have advantage on, and you choose one to have disadvantage on.
I like that.
I really like it because it feels balanced.
Yeah.
Like, obviously there are ways to exploit it. Like if you know you're not going to be using religion.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I
like this item actually. I wasn't sure about it when we first got the word.
Yeah, the word was weird.
Yeah.
So minor, I feel like it has probably more beneficial properties than detrimental. I'm thinking one each for detrimental, and then like one or like two minor beneficial and one major beneficial.
Okay, what if we do? I kind of want to give it like a little bit more of a downside because what we've given it is like pretty good.
That's true. It's just typically the evil magic items tend to have more detrimental.
That's true.
Evil magic.
This one's pretty neutral though.
Yeah.
I want to give it 2 detrimental, and I want to give it like 4 minor beneficial.
2 major detrimental?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Because I think giving small buffs and pretty big downsides is a little bit better.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think that follows like any artifact standards. Sure.
I mean, we can change it later if we feel like.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Magic item
I
segment.
need to make a Patreon.
Yes.
And then I'm going to force you to stat all of these.
Okay. We're friends. I'll do it.
I love that response.
I'll pay you with whatever I make from the Patreon.
Okay.
And then the rest of it's going towards more microphones and a camera.
That's fair.
And multiple
Worry
cameras,
about
actually.
the microphones and stuff first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lore time.
Lore
Right.
I kind of want to start with normal, like with Hunter or whatever that was. I started with the origin, but I feel like with a lot of these really obscure words, I like to start with the destruction first.
Okay. For the destruction, it has to be something to do with the opposite of a construct.
Nature can reclaim it somehow.
Nature can reclaim it if it is like given. Ooh, druidic circle. There's like an ancient, like magic druid temple.
No, we did that last time.
Is that what we did?
We did that for something. We did that for the shaker orb thing.
Okay. It has to be planted with a sapling. And the sapling has to reach full maturity before it's destroyed.
It has to be planted with the world tree.
Okay. that sounds fine.
or just like I don't know, buried deep in it or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Something
My
like
world
that.
doesn't have a world tree, but like
It's impossible to destroy it, actually.
I don't know. I feel like that sounds cool, but we should
If we
probably make an
actually had a
alternative.
world tree, it would be cut down in an instant.
Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully. I pray. I really like playing with Isaac. I think he's
I'm
really
very
I
upset.
love
He
him.
missed the last few sessions. I'll be very upset.
Isaac, honestly, I think Isaac is the entire reason I started role playing my character, pretty much.
Really.
Yeah, pretty much. I did it like once with Jack, and that was just kind of messing around, and then Isaac started doing it like a lot, and I kind of just felt more comfortable about it.
Fair.
Yeah, it was like a small thing, but it really helped, you know?
Yeah.
And then Jack forced you to roleplay.
Yeah, and then Austin traumatized my character,
Yeah.
like, heavily.
That was before
My
that.
bad.
Oh, yeah, that. Okay. Ironically, that roleplay happened when no one was there, basically.
Yeah.
But it's fine.
Destruction of it. Reclamation with nature. Probably
I
the.
like the tree idea.
I like the world. I like the tree idea.
If we want to do world tree, we can do world tree.
I like the tree idea, but I feel like with any normal trees, kind of.
Okay, do you want to make it a special tree? Because what we can do is we can be like, it has to be planted with a tree in the center of a forest. The very center.
Okay. Yeah.
And then that tree, we will say, this item being destroyed makes it special. Like the tree grows out of steel.
Okay.
Like almost like it absorbed all like the nature.
I'm. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. And then. I feel like we could probably tie nature goddess or god in somehow.
We could do that. We could have a nature god or goddess who is avid.
Maybe it's a special forest, kind of like Eden.
Ooh, that would be cool. We could also have them like adamantly oppose the existence of this item.
Yeah.
Because they dislike like constructs in general.
Yeah.
Which feels kind of racist, but it's okay. It's
Have you heard of
D&D.
the Drow?
Oh right, I forgot. And the Hadozi.
And the Hadozi, and
This is D&D.
and just the Underdark in general. Every evil race is in the oh my god, every evil race is in the Underdark, and they're also all black. So like,
Yeah, part of me wonders if like that wasn't intentional and it was just kind of like based on tropes, and then part of me is like that's a lot for it to be unintentional.
See, I want to say because I do see logic in it being unintentional because like they're in the
Yeah.
Underdark where there is no sun, so there's no reason for them to.
There's no like radiant.
There's no radiant. So if they're darker, they'll blend into the environment more.
Yeah, I don't know that they went that though. You know.
Actually, wouldn't it make more sense for them to be white since they don't have a need for more melanin? I can see an argument either way, I think.
Personally, I think the Drow have evolved for combat because of like how they were kind of lore built.
Yeah. I think there's an argument either way for skin tone, but I do think that...
Yeah.
And I think there's an argument to be made for the Underdark is an awful place, and so they kind of adapted to the natural...
The order of things.
The natural order of things in the Underdark, but still...
To be fair, they do give examples of a good Drow. They're like, the Drow can be good too. It's just like, they say it's very uncommon, which just feels kind of weird.
There is another Drow goddess, Saloon?
Yeah, she was the good
Sailor?
one, and then there's Lolth, right?
Yeah, she's the good one. She's the goddess of the moon. That's why Lolth hates the moon. Any drow a drow or whatever that goes up and is under the moonlight can be called by Saloon, and they're like, "Hey, come
Hey.
join the light side."
Join the resistance, Luke.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
and then
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
fun tidbit.
Drow lore is cool. It's just like,
I like racial lore a lot.
I'm gonna give you a chance to correct what you
No.
said. Okay. You know what? I respect it. Go
No.
full in. I'm sticking
not-
my hand out. He's just leaving me here.
Not all racial lore, not all of it's good, but I do think that like some of the like especially with the racial pantheons
I agree.
can be
Yeah.
pretty interesting.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of the environments that like the races are like said to live in mostly
Mhm.
are very isolated from one another. Like dwarves are mountain folk. Like they have like high constitution.
Yeah.
Saying evolved feels weird. They adapted, I guess.
Yeah. Or like Maglubiet, I think some really interesting fact about Maglubiet, the goblin god.
Yep.
He didn't originally have goblins. That wasn't part of his. He is the god of conquering. And so he went to the Feywild and conquered the goblins from the unsteely Fey.
Interesting.
The queen of cold and darkness, air and darkness, something like that. Freezing in darkness.
Queen Mab.
Is that like that queen that we had to steal from?
Yeah, this is the queen you had to steal from. And he went and he conquered the goblins from her. And that's why goblins are Fey, but they worship Maglubiet, not a Fey, an archfey.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
So I do think some of the racial lore is really interesting, especially god-wise.
That is true. Okay. You said something about like drafting some stuff.
Oh wait, we need to make an origin story, real quick.
Oh yeah, origin story really quick. Ancient artificer grew tired of his work and sought out to make a tool that would make his services unneeded for the rest of this world.
I'm thinking specifically to adapt to my lore.
Okay.
It was made during the 100-Year War.
Okay.
One of the sides, I don't really care which one. One of the sides, I don't really care which one, saw probably it would be the New Earth side, because the other side was making so many warforged and automatons and machines that they could not keep up. And so even though they do hate magic, they did adapt in some ways, and they made this magic item.
What if it started out as like a Skynet? You feel me?
Like the Terminator
Yes.
Skynet?
It initially controlled their Warforged.
Mmm.
And then eventually, like, it grew to gain influence over other
Interesting.
Warforged. And they were able to control it only by concentrating it into a single item.
And it could be a sentient artifact.
Oh, yeah, that would be so cool, actually.
And now that it started off as Skynet, we could even do 4 minor beneficial, 1 minor detrimental, and 2 major detrimental. Just give it a little 1 extra.
Totally down for that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hear me out. You're not the one controlling the Warforged you get with the item.
Mmm.
Its sentience is. It's up to you to convince it to do what you want.
Interesting. I kind of like that.
I think that would lead to some really good dynamics.
I think you can fight for power.
Ooh.
You can make some saves or something.
Okay. Like opposed int saves, or maybe you do wisdom and they do int.
Something.
It would have mental stats, obviously.
Yeah.
It's sentient. I really love sentient items.
Yeah,
I think it is
clearly.
super cool.
So yeah, it was made as a Skynet from New Earth. Basically, it was made to control a group's machines during a giant war, just like to dumb it down to fit other worlds.
Yes.
But it grew in power like Skynet did, and slowly, with this artifact, they were able to take control of others' automatons and warforged and machines.
We are geniuses. I say that sarcastically and very adamantly because I'm very proud of this item.
Alright, yeah, I kind of like that. So that's how it came about. Destruction is reclamation by nature in like one of in nature's goddesses or nature god.
We
person's
might adapt either
force.
one of those a little more to like fit with the opposing kind of destruction or
Yeah,
creation.
I feel they don't really mold.
Mesh
Yeah.
right now. Maybe it's because the sentience within this, like at the height of the war when so many warforged were being created.
Maybe it almost went a little Phyrexian.
Ooh, that could be cool. Make everything a machine so that everything may be under my control.
Yeah,
It regimented everything it touched. That led the nature goddess.
I like that.
The nature goddess was the one that condensed it into a single item.
Absolutely.
Okay, and that required too much of her power, and so she wasn't able to like fully destroy it.
Yep.
That's actually
Alright, perfect.
that's
Great. Artifact down, and it only took a long time. The artifacts always take a while. That's
And it
fine.
only took a long time.
The seed of the tree is a piece of the nature goddess's power.
Interesting.
I'm so proud of this.
It's actually just Ren's sapling.
But yeah, I'm imagining the tree that grows from it to have like
A wren seed, I guess, not a sapling.
yeah. I'm imagining it being like a steel trunk and then like gold and
Mm,
like silver leaves.
that could be cool.
I think it should look very pretty. And also kind of represent like I think it should also be like jagged in places where it would normally be smooth.
Yeah.
Like I want it to represent a dichotomy between nature and technology
Mm-hmm.
or like unnatural creation, I should say.
I want to do more solar punk stuff.
I think that's pretty solid.
Ever shout out to this one YouTuber that is significantly more popular than me, and this probably isn't a shout out. But the pointy hat, I don't remember his actual name.
I don't either. He says it every time.
He says it
but
every time.
I haven't.
Antonio D'Amico.
There you go. He's really good.
He's very creative. His artwork is great. He makes I don't know how he makes so much. He makes so much homebrew stuff. It's crazy.
I just don't have the dedication unless it's a magic
Yeah.
sword. I love magic
That's
swords.
fair. But like every single one of his videos is like a twist or like how to use something better. For instance, there was a druid. He talked about solar punk. That's where I learned about solar punk. It's cool. It's an awesome punk. Love it.
I made kind of a Warforged character based on that.
Mhm.
I haven't been playing them, but
Yeah.
I like them.
And then yeah,
Yeah.
like for that he made an entire subclass.
Dude, that's
It's crazy. He makes so much. I don't understand how.
Solarpunk seems like an idealized world in a way.
I mean that's the idea.
I
The punk genres are kind of the punk like biopunk or cyberpunk or atom punk. They're to show, for the most part, they're to show how in something in the world, for instance, nuclear bombs, could destroy the world, or how this increase in technology and corporations could reduce you to simply a number for corporations to control. But solarpunk does punk differently. Because the idea is to make us think and push us towards what we should be doing. Solarpunk does it differently by showing what it could be, what we could obtain if we do things correctly.
Solarpunk takes one of my favorite aesthetics and like puts it in a world where it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I really like combining technology and nature because you get like all the smooth lines and very like kind of to the point where detail is meaningless because everything flows so well together. And that's what I really love. I like the bright kind of white with the greens and just like natural colors. I think it's beautiful.
I agree. I think that melding machine with nature is awesome, and I love. That's why I love biopunk. Biopunk is basically the opposite of solar punk in a way,
Oh yeah?
because it's more using
Technology to augment oneself.
it's more using natural people and organic things as resources.
Ooh, that is a hard opposite. That's really cool too, actually.
Yeah, compared to solar punk, it ends with like a lot of monsters
Oh my
and
God.
people being worthless other than like Scorn is biopunk, and you start out being birthed from a wall.
How do you feel about making a mini world besides your main one? Because it would be really cool to make like a world with two nations that are solarpunk and biopunk.
That'd be
And
interesting.
they're just constantly in opposition to each other.
We could just throw that in a corner of my world.
We
if you
could.
wanted.
We could. Or, hear me out,
Mm-hmm.
Spelljammer, New Planets.
Because just like I feel like it's very Forgotten Realms to just be like there is a little bit of everything somewhere, and I kind of want to do that with my world because
That's fair.
I want to have everything. I want to be able to do anything in the setting that I made because I've already put a lot of work into it.
That's very true. There's so much work that this man has done.
Not nearly as much as some other people.
That's true, but I respect you for what you've done while also dealing with other
Mhm.
things. So yeah, there was like a draft thing you guys wanted to do?
Yes.
Yeah.
I had the idea of doing it on the podcast.
So I kind of want to do something that would be easier. I feel like spells. Just
What are we doing?
so basically, we're gonna go back and forth. We each get 5 draft picks. Let's do for
How-
instance spells. We'll do specifically ninth level spells. This is just like to give you an idea of how it works. Ninth level spells. Let's say I start. I'm like, okay, I draft, shape change, and then I like talk about why, and then we go over to Kaylin. Kaylin takes the next choice, but she cannot choose shape change.
Okay. Do you want to do one of
By
each
the way,
level?
when it was like talk about why, it was like half a sentence.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be long. It's just like talking.
Okay. You want to do one of each level? Start with ninth?
Hmm.
Or start
Austin,
with first?
I wish you told me you were changing what we were doing ahead of time because I don't know anything about spells and I would have wanted to look at them first.
We can do multi-class.
Oh, are we picking multi-classes?
Multiclass is what we were originally doing.
I just
One second, let me lick my lips maniacally.
I just wish I knew more about multi-classes.
Oh, Austin, you've entered my realm. You have trespassed.
Someone roll a d4.
Alexa, roll a d4.
Here's a number between 1 and 4.
Thank you.
It's 1.
Cody starts.
Okay, do I pick one class and then we'll go around and
You
I'll
choose
pick
a
another?
no. You choose a multi-class.
Oh God. Okay. I came across one a while back
Mm-hmm.
that I only recently looked into for Jack's campaign.
And we each get to pick 5.
So we'll start off with your
Oh
first one.
yeah, baby, this is gonna be good. No one take my builds.
It'd be funny.
Cleric sorcerer.
Cleric
A
sorcerer.
Very specific cleric sorcerer. Tempest cleric. Storm sorcery.
Oh, just become Zeus.
Basically, I mean, it's really fun.
What is cleric sorcerer called?
Sorcerer.
Sorcerer.
I don't actually know that it has a name.
Sor cleric. Sor cleric.
Sleric.
Sleric.
I
That's
mean-
actually upsetting because Cleric Sorcerer was going to be my first. Not because of your build, but because it is.
Aw. I mean, I think if you choose different subclasses, you can probably.
No.
do it.
Nah.
Do you want me to change mine so you can?
No, I
pick
don't
it?
want you to choose
No,
yours,
it's a
Cody. That defeats
draft.
the point.
Yeah.
This cleric sorcerer is very synergistic,
Mm-hmm.
which I really admire because that's not something you find with a lot of like different like subclasses. They don't always mesh together as well as these do.
Mm.
And it creates like a really interesting kind of thing because I don't know, it just feels good because it works. You know?
Yeah.
It's just cool. Also, lightning damage and thunder damage are really like underused. So
True.
they're just really fun. It's also really strong.
That's interesting.
Yes.
It'd be really funny if I said Piter. That's what the multi-class is called now. It would be
Okay.
really funny if I said Paladin Fighter right now, but I'm not going to. I'm going to say
You're such a dick.
I'm going to say my favorite multi-class, the only one that I've actually ever played.
Barbarian.
Barbarian.
Yes.
It
I
is
knew
a
you were gonna say.
Druid Barbarian. It's my favorite multi-class, the only one I've ever played. I really like it because you can just rage and then wild shift as a bonus wild shape.
Because I'm being a
Actually,
dick right
rage is a bonus action, so you wouldn't even have to choose Circle of the Moon, but I would choose Circle of the Moon. That way, I get the extra CR.
now. I agree.
So I could wild shape as an action.
You'd get the extra CR if we weren't playing one D&D.
We're not. But I love how tanky they are. They can take infinite amounts of damage, and they do a decent amount of damage, and it's just kind of fun to play. Like I can just kind of goof around with the wild shape and stuff.
I feel like that's a build that's like really kind of chill.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you don't have to worry about not doing anything in combat.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about trying like too many different things, and you
Yep.
can kind of like be creative and chill. I
Okay.
like it.
Kaylin, yours.
Alright, I'm gonna do my favorite that I've ever played, and I've played twice, Cleric Wizard, because
Okay.
everyone knows Wizard is my favorite class, and
I wonder why.
I always dip into Cleric first level,
Because you want armor proficiencies?
yeah, but also Bless. I really want Bless. I really want,
Alright, it's a divine thing.
Mm.
yeah. And we know how much I just shape my entire playstyle around Bless and Fireball, so.
Yeah.
I prefer Bane over Bless, I'm gonna be honest.
Let's
I
say
have that too,
Oh.
in
Be-
both my builds.
because we're going to the gamekeep and it closes at like 9. Let's
we gotta go.
yeah, let's say a little less about each class, but we can finish this up real quick. It goes Kaylin again.
Alright, alright, the next one. I need to convene with Austin for a moment. Austin, hang on. That's what I was thinking. Paladin Ranger.
Wait, Ranger?
Yeah.
All right.
Cody,
Anything to say about Paladin Ranger?
yeah, all I have to say is that what my screen says right now is, what was the Paladin combo that we discussed that would piss Cody off because of how bad it is?
It's so bad.
I'm a fan of Ranger, but oh well.
Why would you?
My next one is going to be Fighter Rogue because Swashbuckler Rogue with the extra attacks is really fun. I think I got to do it a little like during one combat with an NPC, and it was enjoyable.
They have hurt me. So I'm gonna do a good paladin multi-class. 3 levels of rogue. Take assassin. Okay, so then you want to take fighter first, actually. So you take fighter first. You pick Eldritch Knight. Then you go 3 levels of rogue, and you grab assassin, and then you pick up paladin. Paladin is so you can smite, and assassin is so you can crit. You want to avoid using heavy armor so that you don't have to worry as much about sneaking. Then basically you sneak up on someone and you deal like 400 damage to them, and they're like, "Whoa, that was pretty crazy."
All right, you get to choose another one.
Oh, sweet. Fire Rogue. Honestly, it's pretty basic, but it's fun.
Okay.
Wait, you already picked
I did Fighter
Rogue.
Rogue. You can't do that one.
I'm sorry.
Idiot.
Fighter Paladin.
Big surprise there.
Really high damage. Really consistent with it.
I'm gonna say for my next one, Paladin Rogue, because you are a atomic bomb.
Yeah, that's what I was saying with the fighter one. The fighter one just gives you some more like attacks. But going more into like rogue and or paladin will give you some more interesting abilities. I agree, or would say. So I really like that choice. It's much better than Paladin Ranger.
All right, Caitlin.
My next one, I know you guys are like really good at knowing what's like actually good and not in the technicalities, but my next one is one of my favorite characters that I've made, and it is a wizard rogue.
Wizard Rogue.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that honestly, a little bit. Cody
upset?
I don't think you like that one.
Why? Why would you do that? Actually, though, I'm curious. What abilities are you looking at, or are you just thinking flavor?
I wish if I had my phone, I'd be able to pull up the character sheet.
Because that build is weird.
It is wacky.
I went what is
Arcane Trickster?
No, what is the wizard thing subclass thing that you can go into?
Which one?
The blade thing.
Blade Singer?
Oh.
Yeah. I went into Blade Singer with Rogue.
Oh.
Okay.
That makes sense.
This could be worse. There is potential for this to be more awful than it is.
Kaylee gets another pick.
Oh no. Okay.
What do I like?
Wizard Sorcerer.
Wizard Sorcerer.
I need to pull up a build.
That's-
Give me a minute.
Alright, that gives you extra spell slots, or like a lot of extra spell slots, but with sorcerer points. Interesting. My next one is going to be Fighter Wizard, because I feel like the fighter's extra attacks with Blade Singer would be really fun.
That would be fun, actually.
Because I just really like the Blade Singing subclass.
Alright, Cody, these are your last two.
That's the initiative build. I am looking for my skill build. Because it is a lot of different stuff. And I really want to know how I did it.
Oh, your skill build, yeah.
Austin knows exactly... Okay, here it is. Okay, it's 9th level. It has proficiency in every skill in the game. It does not have proficiency in everything, unfortunately, because that would require more levels.
Take your time and figure out what I want.
Oh, okay. It's not as many as I thought. It's actually just 4 rogue, 4 bard, 1 ranger. It hurt me so bad to go into ranger. You have no idea. I really didn't want to. It was surprisingly difficult for me.
Yeah.
I struggled with it. Okay, so I get another pick. Do I have one? Yes, I do, but it's not a multi-class. No, it is a... I already said that one, though. It's another fighter paladin. You guys ready for this?
Yep.
I'm not.
2 levels in rogue. 3 levels in barbarian.
I was looking at multi-classes and why they're good.
2 levels in fighter.
I've played before that I liked.
10 levels in monk.
Wait, say it again?
Rogue, fighter, monk, paladin? No.
Barbarian.
Barbarian.
Because there is one ability that increases your speed by quite a bit.
Crazy, because you don't like barbarian.
Yep. So here's the thing. You can make this build better if you add wizard. Because it'll give you a casting of haste.
Mm. I can't remember either. I think so.
If you find a way to get that high of a level wizard, you are very well off. Because I believe...
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is very fast. It's so fast.
I was gonna do Warlock Fighter because Hexblade, but I feel like I've been doing Fighter with too many things just because of the extra
Fighter's
attacks.
really good for multi-classing.
I tend to not multi-class. I like just going straight through
Fighter Hexblade
class and seeing what it does. So for my last one, I'm going to choose Artificer, Barbarian, Bard, Cleric, Druid, Fighter, Monk, Paladin, Ranger, Rogue, Sorcerer, Warlock, Wizard.
Did you just name every class in the game?
Yeah, it's all of them.
I'm
I
not
love
typing
you, man.
I just say all of the above.
I'm putting queer.
Okay, that's fair. Because I think I did this once for a one-shot, and it was really funny having one level in every class. I forgot Bloodhunter's also
What
on
was
that
your
list.
first class?
I don't remember. It was really funny just having, making, it was like level 14, I think, or something like that. I had one of each. It was Artificer, Bloodhunter, Barbarian, Bard, Cleric, Druid,
Dude, that's
Fighter,
actually
Monk, Paladin,
crazy.
Ranger, Rogue, Sorcerer, Warlock, Wizard. I just think
I
that's a really
kinda
funny
love
thing to
that.
do.
I'm gonna be honest.
Your
Okay.
last pick.
So me, I was trying to decide between 3, which I don't know any of actually if they're good or not. I just know that I make pictures of them and they're pretty cool and fun. Which was Cleric, Druid, Wizard, and a Wizard Artificer. So then I'm like, great. I don't know what these abilities do or how they combine. So then I went online and I'm like, okay, great.
Druid Cleric and Druid Wizard are really weird.
And
Yeah.
I was like, how do these work together? And I think I did end up, as Austin saw, I was looking at them. I think I did end up deciding on Wizard Artificer or Artificer Wizard.
Yeah, it works better because they use the same casting modifier. Unfortunately, because the other ones are interesting. They're just hard to do mechanically.
I
Yeah.
played a Wizard Druid and I just remember getting really fucking confused, so I knocked that one out immediately.
Yeah,
I
because
ended up deciding between.
the Wizard Druid would use 2 different spell casting mods, and it would also have like way different spell lists.
Yeah.
You would have some Druid abilities, and yeah, I can't imagine trying to play that. That would be like, you would have cool things, but I think there are classes that are like really different from each other,
Yeah.
and so they would have a hard time truly meshing. I think if you were doing like Sorcerer Druid, you would have a pretty good chance because like Circled Wildfire,
Yeah.
you take some. Yeah, I think that would be better. I don't know that it would be like
Artificer
crazy.
Wizard sounds interesting.
Artificer Wizard, or Artificer. It doesn't matter.
Artificer. Artificer.
Yes, Artificer Wizard is really interesting because they're both int. Artificer.
It's a half caster with a caster.
I played it
Yeah.
in this campaign. I think it was my first character that I made before
Oh, is
I
that
died.
what you?
I think so, yeah.
Just didn't get a chance to use it, I guess.
It was the first or second.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like the Artificer or Artificer or whatever would have to come secondary to Wizard.
Yeah.
Though I think you would take Artificer first for the proficiencies.
Yeah. Anyway, Inquisitive Rogues are cool, especially with a little bit of modification to the class so they can use their intelligence more, because it seems like an intelligence-based class, but they use a lot of wisdom, and I think that's kind of lame. Bye.
Yes.